Welcome back to Building and Beauty. In case you missed last week's episode, we're at my parents' house and we completely tore apart their front room. Ripped out the flooring, we tore apart the fireplace, we took out this awkward railing that my mom never liked, we removed the stairs in this room. I mean, we completely gutted this thing and now we have a wonderful blank space to work with. So I thought it'd be really fun to share my design plans with you guys because as you can imagine, we have a lot of work to do. If you've ever struggled with body odor, whether it's from long days, working out, or just everyday life, I'm about to share something that will change your life like it's changed mine, and it's Lumi. If you've never heard of Lumi before, it was actually created by OBGYN Dr. Shannon Klingman, and it's safe to use anywhere on your body. We're talking pits, privates, feet, belly buttons, and more. Let me show you some of my favorites that I have been absolutely loving. First up is the acidified body wash. I love that it's pH optimized and packed with premium AHAs to help brighten and smooth your skin while also eliminating odor before it starts. Plus it smells amazing. I love the clean tangerine scent. Next up is the whole body deodorant spray. This one has a 360 nozzle so you can easily apply it anywhere and it dries super fast. And of course, I have to talk about the classics, the smooth solid stick and the invisible cream. I love that the stick glides on super smooth and doesn't leave any residue, and the cream is amazing for travel. It's compact, easy to use, and keeps me fresh for days. I also love to keep the acidified deodorant wipes in my purse at all times in case you ever need a little freshness on the go. Lumi is clinically proven to block body odor all day and continues controlling BO for 72 hours. It actually stops odor before it even starts. Lumi has significantly boosted my self-confidence by providing reliable and long-lasting odor control. Right now, Lumi Starter Pack Bundle is a great deal for new customers. It comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube or spray deodorant, 2 free products like the wipes or mini body wash, free US shipping, and just for my followers, Lumi is offering an extra $5 off when you click the link in the description below and enter code BUILDING at checkout. That's over 40% off. Don't wait, these bundles won't last forever. Huge thanks to Lumi for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So this room definitely was a snowball effect. And sometimes that can happen when you're tearing things apart. You have to be a little bit careful because everything you tear apart, you have to rebuild, right? So we started with the floors and then I kind of impromptu took out the fireplace and then we kind of impromptu took out the stairs and the railing. So whenever I am designing a space, I like to start from the ground up. So the first thing that we actually need to shop for is the flooring for this room. That is going to lay the groundwork for what the fireplace is going to end up looking like and kind of the other design plans that we want to do in this room. So let's go look for some tile. For the flooring, we're going with a classic black and white tile. We've always loved the look. It's timeless, bold, and adds a ton of character to any space. Our first stop of the day is Bedrosians, and it's one of my favorite places to shop for tile because they have elevated options and they give great size samples. We knew we wanted the elegance of marble, but the reality is marble can be a pain. I've used it before in past projects, and with kids or high traffic areas, it can stain, scratch, and etch really easily. So instead, we're looking for porcelain tile that mimics the look of marble, but is way more durable and way easier to maintain. There are so many beautiful options here, and while this process is super exciting, it can also be a little bit overwhelming too. So now that we have our tile, I always recommend to get some samples if you can, bring it home in your space, see it in the lighting in your home because that will change the way that colors look, especially like paint colors, wood flooring. Oh my gosh, bring your samples home to look at it in your space because the colors can just change drastically depending on the lighting in your home. So of course, since going with a black and white tile, we were more about the aesthetics and kind of the pattern and veining that we wanted to achieve. I think we definitely found it, you guys, and we do like the colors in this space. This black is nice. It's not too black and the white is not too white. It has a creamy undertone, which is exactly what we wanted for this room. This is the Magnifica tile from Bedrosians, and I love, love, love. Now, the only thing with this tile is it kind of brings its own set of challenges. I was telling my mom, like, okay, what this means is these tiles are huge. They're 30 by 30. They're massive, they're heavy. I think it comes with 3 tiles per box because they're so heavy and big. So what that means is we're actually going to have to either buy or we have to rent a big tile saw to be able to cut these. So whenever you're picking out tile, especially if you're gonna be doing it yourself, think about what equipment you're going to need to install the tile. I did look up, just for reference for you guys, I looked up how much it is to rent a tile saw that's going to be able to cut this size of tile. They do run about $400 per week on Home Depot, so you can rent one. That's probably the route that we're gonna go, so that way we don't have to store a big tile saw. So now that we have the tile picked out for this room, the next thing we wanna do is go shop for tile for the fireplace. So let's head to Floor & Decor and see what we can find. For the fireplace, we want something that feels modern but still ties in with the other traditional elements that we have in the home. We also wanted something that could add a little warmth and texture to the space as well. There are so many directions that we could go here, but it's all about finding the perfect balance between style and function.
Yeah, I love that together.
Yeah, that doesn't go good.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I love.
So while we were at Bedrosian's, my mom and I fell in love with these tiles. We loved the texture, we loved the color, we loved the simple pattern to these, but they definitely had some downsides about them. So whenever you guys are selecting finishes for a space, I highly recommend to also not just think about what you want, but also think about the durability, practicality of the space. Obviously, we have a huge family, and so my mom is constantly like forefront of her brain thinking about how are the kids going to, treat this space? Usually kids are pretty hard on things, and so that's always in the forefront of her mind. And so while we loved these tiles, if we ever use the fireplace and some soot were to get on this, it's going to be very difficult to clean, especially because it's a light stone. So, I mean, I know it's very traditional to install stone around a fireplace, and I'm sure that is fine, but my mom was just a little bit concerned with the kids and soot and the washability and durability. So we were on the hunt to find something similar to these. So look at this. How beautiful is this tile from Floor & Decor? And also, it was like a fraction of the price. But as you can see, I think we did a really nice job of finding something that was wildly similar. This is porcelain, so it's going to have some great washability to it, durable, super durable. Porcelain is known for being durable, so it was a great find. So now that we have the tile picked out, we actually need to go shop for the hearth. Ideally, we would like to have a full slab of either marble or granite or quartzite for the hearth. So we're gonna go check out all the slabs and see what we can find. Shopping for countertops at a boneyard is kind of like a real life treasure hunt, but with 500-pound slabs stacked on top of each other. It can be hard to find exactly what you're looking for, especially if you're not sure how to tell the difference between granite, quartz, quartzite, and marble. Lucky for you, I made an entire video a couple years ago where I did a deep dive on all those details to help you find the perfect countertops the next time you have to go shopping. I'll definitely link it below for you guys as well. My biggest tip is to come prepared, wear comfy shoes, bring your measurements, and take tons of pictures. Okay, so I actually think we did find a slab that's going to work. It's super big, so size-wise it's going to fit, and they'll be able to fabricate it to the size that I need. I really wanted something with a little bit of pattern, but my mom hates pattern on pattern on pattern. Like, she gets really worried about mixing patterns. I'm not scared of it, but I know that she is gonna want something that's super simple. So I did find this one here. It looks like it's just plain white, but it actually does have like kind of a little bit of sparkle to it, which you guys know my mom, she loves sparkle so much. She loves sparkle anything, but I think she's really gonna like it. And for once, I will give her way, you know? Sometimes I'm like, Mom, no, trust me. Like, I know we're gonna find something that's gonna be really beautiful, but I think this is the one she's gonna love the most. This is the one I'm thinking. It's just a really simple white. Is it too boring for you? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know if the white's gonna look good next to it.
You think it's too white?
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna be like, yes, that's the one. So my mom and I decided to go ahead and get a quote for that beautiful white marble slab. And this hearth is pretty big. It's 6 feet in length. It's about, I don't know, 20 inches deep. So it's a good size piece of marble that we would need. Now, marble is always going to be more expensive, and that's why it's so beautiful. You know, those beautiful things, they cost money. So we did get a quote for the slab, and it came in around $900, and that was with them doing the fabricating, and I would do the install. Of course, probably if we went with a different material, maybe we would save a little bit of money, but overall, we decided that, you know, my mom wasn't 100% sure on that white marble because she was concerned with having this white floor on the tile, this on the fireplace, and then something super white in between. You know, I understand her concern. I personally wasn't too scared. I think it's great to kind of mix up colors. I think it adds depth to a room, you know, ultimately when you're done with it. So I started doing some thinking, I started doing some research, and there's one material in particular that I have wanted to just use somewhere, somehow, in some project, and I think it's finally come to fruition. So my idea is for the fireplace, now because we just had tile here before, visually in my mind, I understand how just having tile on the hearth would look, and I think we could do better. So what we are thinking is that we could tile the top of the hearth with some marble and then surround the edge of the hearth with the marble molding. I mean, in theory, I think it could be really beautiful, and I think it actually could give us an effect that the hearth itself is super thick and chunky and has that, you know, super thick detailed edge trim around the whole thing. That's the idea in my brain. You know, I love to experiment with different, you know, materials like this and kind of see what we can come up with. So let's go to Floor & Decor and see if this crazy idea just might work. So now that we have the hearth figured out, which I am super excited to try, there's always like some part of a project that I just can't wait to do, and that's definitely a part that I'm looking forward to. I needed to figure out what to do with this giant wall. I mean, it's so big. It is the focal point of this whole room. It's the focal point of this whole space. This room is something that you see right when you walk into their home, so it's a very important room. This is a very important focal point. So I think I'm gonna keep the original height of the fireplace, the mantle, because that actually felt really nice. It felt like a nice scale for this room, and scale is definitely something I'm thinking about when it comes to a wall of this size. But I do think it's still lacking. Even though this is huge and takes up a big portion of the wall, it's still lacking in my opinion. I think we could do better. So whenever I am kind of a little bit stuck when I'm designing a space, I love to open up either like PicMonkey or Canva. You know, I love to design a mood board, and it kind of helps me to start visualizing what this could look like, and I can start playing around with different colors and different layouts and just different designs. I highly, highly recommend that you do this if you're ever stuck on a space, or if you're just like, I'm not really sure where to start. Making a mood board is something that will seriously help you be able to visualize all of your colors together, all of your finishes. So one thing I was toying around with is a few years ago, I put up some box trim in their dining room, which is right off of this space. And I thought it would be really pretty maybe to add some box trim above the fireplace as well, just to kind of tie in the two spaces together. The three ideas that we came up with would be to have this whole entire wall behind, it could be black. So I would do, the picture that I'm showing you guys on the screen here, I have gray mixed in, but that's just so that you can see what the box trim could look like. So I'm gonna ask you to use your imagination just a little bit. So in this first picture, we would do black box trim and black paint behind the fireplace, and then the fireplace would be painted white. So actually I should say the mantle in and of itself. Now I'm keeping the actual top portion of the mantle. We were able to save that, and then I'm just gonna build some new columns. So that should be relatively easy, but in that design, picture that you guys are seeing, that the surround would be white. So, and I'm just loving the look of the black and white floors, you guys. I think it's so pretty. The next option that I came up with was to do a black mantle, a black surround on the fireplace, and then do white behind it. So I would have the white box trim, and we would paint the wall behind, the mantle and everything. That would all be white. I really like this idea. And then lastly, we could actually do everything all white. So we would do white paint, white trim, a white mantle, surround, all the things. It could be all white. Now, what I'm trying to balance in this room is the giant black staircase. Okay, so when you walk into their home, you are greeted with, it's a beautiful staircase, but it is black, it is dark. So I'm trying to balance the idea of having a lot of black in this room, and the one that we ultimately decided that we liked is the white, background, white paint, white molding, and then doing a black mantle surround. I think that is going to really stand out. There was this picture on Pinterest that I came across that I absolutely loved, and my mom is very visual, so am I. So when I showed her this picture, she could really understand why I thought the black surround on the fireplace would really be, the right move. So that's the one that we're leaning towards. Of course, things can change. As we get the flooring in here and we start doing some things, we might change our minds, and these are kind of the 3 ideas that we're playing with. So I would love to get your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. So as you guys can see, we have so much work to do in this space. If you are thinking, Kylie, have you lost your mind? You're probably right, but I'm so excited to get my hands on it. And I have to say that I'm actually most excited for just spending time with my family. I love when I get to do projects over here because the kids are so eager to learn. They're so excited to hang out. They have been asking me every single day, when am I going to start, tiling this room? And when am I going to start doing the fireplace? One thing that you guys may have noticed in my last video as we were demoing this space is we had everybody in here. It was like we had the whole family in here wanting to help. The kids were so excited. They wanted to, hammer the fireplace. They wanted to help me take out the railing. They're just so eager to learn, and I love that, and I love just getting to spend time with them. So I'm looking forward to more special memories and moments like that as we go through this project. I hope you guys love this video. I hope you're super excited about this project. As I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have any ideas for this space, I would love to hear them. And please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos as we go through this renovation. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!